Lakers Heat NBA Finals preview part 3, diving into the personnel for both teams, everything else you need to know. Let's get right to it. Goran Dragic, touched on him obviously a little bit, but the phenomenal Heat starting point guard, play a ton out of these pistol type actions, loves to nash, dribble, probe along the baseline. You need to cut off the baseline with him. He always is trying to get into the paint, keep his dribble alive, make plays out of it, stay home with shooters, cut off the baseline. Speaking of cuts, smart cutter himself. LeBron, if he gets matched up with him like here in transition, needs to stay alert. He is a high IQ basketball player, always willing to move without the ball, not a traditional standstill point guard. Again, pistol action you see here. Expect the Lakers to switch like LeBron does onto him here, but then LeBron needs to stay active with ball pressure. Hands up right here because he has a great rapport finding Jimmy Butler back cutting. Obviously, if you go underneath screens and are this far off him, he is pulling, he is shooting the lights out. You need to stay attached, you need to stay physical with him. He will pull behind at any time. Bam Adebayo, the phenomenal young center. This is elbow X, which we talked about already, but always be alert. Any play for Bam, he's willing to make a live play, to drive out of it, and then stay down on his shot fakes. He needs an angle to score. He needs to get up underneath you. So Dwight, by being this aggressive here, that's what opens up Bam to step through and step underneath him. You're going to see it again with JaVale here. Look at Bam on the back down. It's going to show him the ball and then try to step through. JaVale does a great job not jumping right here, which is going to allow him to get the block. Even though JaVale gives up obviously a few pounds, he does have a few inches where he can use his shot blocking to his advantage. Bam, again, mostly a face-up driver. He has post-game, but he's not as skilled as Jokic down there with his back down. He's more of a face-up, jab step, drive away, and then again, he'll show you the ball, but he needs an angle to step through, step underneath you, stay down on all that stuff. This is what you'll see 10 million times all series long. Whenever the Heat hit him, right away, they're going to look back door, and then if you take that away, they're going to come right back off and go two-man game. You need to probably shoot the gap on some of these, as in KCP needs to go underneath this, because if you go over, that's going to make JaVale have to give a little bit of help, which now Bam rolls and has the whole backside cleared out. The Heat are really good at doing this, making sure nobody's in the corner when they have these actions right here. So the low man, the only guy that can really come over and help, is Bron here. And Bron needs to recognize when he's in these situations, he needs to get out to the strong side, be ready to go and help, or Bam's going to have layup after layup, dunk after dunk. You see it again here. This time Avery Bradley does a good job blowing it up to start. LeBron does a good job blowing up the handoff. Doesn't matter though. The play's never done. Phenomenal passer. One of the best, a mini Jokic. One of the best passing bigs in the league. He sees everything. Every time they hit him, every cut is live. If you take one away, there's one coming right behind you. Got to stay ready. When he catches the ball out of this delay set, the 5 out, again, he's always looking to quick rip and drive. He'll go either way. He's very ambidextrous. I almost can't figure out. I know they say he's a righty, but he goes left just as much. He is phenomenal with both hands. Elbow X, again, I talked about. Look for this, a little trick the Heat like out of this. It starts always with a pin down. Sometimes for Bam, sometimes for the guard. If it's for Bam, if he sees Dwight cheating it like Dwight tries to do here, look for Bam to try to stop behind the screen and get an early layup out of it. The Heat, that's a read in their elbow X set. They'll see if it's there for Bam. Otherwise, we know Bam, about 7-8 foot range on his jumper. Pretty good touch on that. Defensively, always a big-time steals, blocks threat. Very active defender, one of the best in the league without question. If you want the rest of this video, Jimmy Butler, Lakers, AD, the whole rest of the Lakers roster, go to patreon.com/scoutwithbrian, subscribe. Even a couple bucks a month unlocks the rest of this video, 25 other bonus videos, private chats, a whole bunch more. I put out 2 completely free previews and the start of this one. The rest of this one, again, only for patrons. Go check it out at that link, patreon.com/scoutwithbrian. Jimmy Butler.